What's up everybody? If you watched the video that I sent to you guys, you would have already known that Bitcoin was going down yesterday, and I gave a few particular reasons why. And if you want to figure out, just how on a weekly basis you can figure out whether or not when something is going to start dumping or whether it's going to start pumping, I highly recommend you check out that video yesterday, because I outlined like 3 steps that you can use to try to figure this out yourself. Either way, I highly recommend you check out that video. But now let us get into the meat of the topic. Is this over? Is everything going to hell? Are we no longer bullish for the rest of this year? And I know a lot of you who follow me, know that my stance on this entire situation at the moment is that I'm very, very bullish on the entire situation. And I still, honestly, I haven't really changed my thoughts. There is nothing that has made me change my thoughts yet. So just to put it into perspective, right? You guys have already heard it about the level 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 formation, whereby the structure on a higher time frame has already reset back to the initial point of consolidation, which is right here, at this box right here. So there is no reason to really believe that price is going to continue downwards to potentially, go down back into the high 20Ks or even 20K. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of bears that they stand by that theory, but I'm just going to give you a couple of reasons why, perhaps I don't think that this is over, and I'm going to back it up. So to kick things off, firstly, I really wanted this trend line to hold, but clearly it didn't. Prices broke below it. So the next time that you come back up to retest that trend line could be a chance for you to either go short or to exit your long positions before potentially another move downwards. Now, the other, confluence factor in that is the fact that you have just formed a bearish order block over here on the daily chart. So the next time you revisit that area, it's going to act as strong resistance. If you go onto the 4-hourly chart, you can see this even clearer. Notice how you have left a very clear point of imbalance here. And even here, to be honest, if you just look at the 4-hourly chart alone, if you go into the 1-hourly, that is even more clear. And you go onto the 15-minute, very, very clear. And we're going to go into the 1-minute to take a look, and you can see just how much imbalance was left behind. A lot of imbalance that can be filled. So expect price to fill in that imbalance until it reaches an area where there is no longer imbalance. Now, for those of you who are in the private Discord group, I actually gave an exact entry on Bitcoin yesterday prior to the London Open, prior to when I made this video right here. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. This was how I knew that price was going down yesterday, and I gave an exact entry. However, if you zoom into that photo, you can see that my entry was back up here, and price actually did not go back to this block right here to fill in my short, but it actually just got rejected at this general zone of supply. Now, I was trying to nail my entry by targeting this zone of supply, but sometimes decides to do this. And while I got the direction right, I did not get the entry. So if you want to follow along with these trades, definitely check out the private Discord group. Sadly, I did not catch this move. I already knew it was going downwards, but So now that we have discussed that if the price were to go back to 37,500 or potentially even 38,600 or even 39,500, all 3 of these levels are going to provide immediate resistance for further downside. Basically, you're not bullish until otherwise proven so. But on the macro scale, I believe we're still bullish. It's just in the immediate short term, those are going to be immediate resistances. So just keep that in mind. We're going to have to take a look at the heat map as well to see if, we have indeed found support. Is there going to be a further dump? Now, usually speaking, price tends to move in 2 impulses, right? When you are pumping, you tend to move in 2 impulses. When you are dumping, you tend to move in 2 impulses as well. So with that in mind, there could be once you, get rejected at that zone of supply or whatever, there could be another impulse downwards. And in order to figure out where it could be a potential bottom, you can see that just based on the heat map, right, 33K is going to be a strong level, with 35K providing some kind of support as well. But is there a chance that that could happen? Now, for that, we'll have to take a look at the funding rate. And honestly, this is not a foolproof method, because funding rate was very neutral for months, and yet we still got a 10% dump in basically overnight, or basically in a few hours. So clearly funding rate is no longer the reliable just tool that you use to determine whether or not there's going to be some kind of liquidation event. But at the same time, a 10% move in a single day is not really that out of the ordinary. For example, right here, you have 9% in a single day. Let's see here. So this was a 9% dump over 2 days. This was a 9% dump. Yeah, 9% dump of it a single day. That's a 10% pump in a single day. So this is nothing out of the ordinary. Basically, you don't really panic at the moment. We indeed hoped for this trend line to hold, but it didn't. But overall, on the macro scale, you can see that if you just plot it from that swing high, in fact, let me just zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see this a little bit clearer. If you just plot it from that swing high right there to that swing low, you can see that this entire thing right here is just a range, right? It's as simple as that. We went all the way to the range high and we got rejected. So now we're going all the way back to the range low. There is zero reason for panic. I already said like 2 to 3 weeks ago, probably 3 to 4 weeks ago, I already mentioned that we were not going to go back to 52K by the end of May by the end of April. And I said that we were going back into another, just reaccumulation. And this is the time most of the people I know, especially people who are new to this market, they've already lost interest in this market. And that is exactly what the market makers want you to do. They want you to lose interest while they are accumulating. So at the moment, I just don't see, at least not yet, I just don't see signs that we might be going below 30K or heading towards 20K. I know there are a lot of bears out there, but I see the range as it is, 70% of the time, a range tends to want to stay within the range. So over here, the price really stayed within the range. So now you have to figure out, is price going to remain in the range once you hit about the 35 to 34K mark? And only time will tell, to be honest. I'd say that trading is simple and a lot of people overcomplicate it. When you see a range, you simply buy at the range low and you sell at the range high. It's as simple as that. So currently, these are good opportunities to be buying into right now. Now, I'm going to make another video on Ethereum and how altcoins are looking, because altcoins are looking absolutely strong at the moment. So this is going to be just discussing Bitcoin and the higher time frame, just macro view, and basically, you don't really panic at the moment. Market structure is still intact. It's just that reaccumulations tend to take time to play out. Market makers want this to take time to play out, not because they have time, but because they know that most market participants are looking for something quick. And if they drag it out, keep accumulating, distributing, accumulate, whatever, people are going to lose interest. People are interested in moves like this. People are not interested in these kinds of ranges or reaccumulations. Just think back to how many people lost interest over here, or how many people FOMO'd in over there. How many people lost interest here? Price is down at the moment. You are reaccumulating. You tell me if you should be leaving the markets at the moment. And if you agree with me, then my advice to you is to take this time to either start investing in some of your favorite altcoins. The large caps are always going to be a safe option. If you don't know what you're doing, I really do not recommend you invest in low cap altcoins because they're just so unproven. They've not been around for long, and more likely than not, you're going to have a very big risk of losing all of your money if you invest in those really small cap altcoins or maybe even meme coins. So stick to the large caps for the most part. You're in this for the long haul. You're not trying to make quick money. But even if you're making quick money, it's very easy to make quick money in crypto, because even slow money in crypto is way faster than quote unquote quick money in the stock market or the forex or whatever. So seriously, be patient with this, and my advice to you is to take this time to either, one, I already mentioned it, invest in some of your favorite altcoins, or secondly, take your time to hone your trading strategy. Go start backtesting, just get a feel for the markets, right? Do some paper trading. Don't risk any of your real money if you don't know what you're doing. You have to remember that in the markets, 90% of traders are losing traders. Only 10% are even remotely profitable. So that means that if you want to beat them, doesn't it make sense that you have to have a level of skill that is above 90% of people? If that makes sense to you, seriously, take some time, educate yourself, watch YouTube videos, whatever, watch my video, join my private Discord group, whatever, or Twitter. There's just so much information out there. Information is not really the barrier holding people back. It's their patience, it's their willingness to learn, the ability to put off making money until you get your strategy down pat. And then once your strategy is proven, you start getting into things. You know what I mean? If you agree with that, just comment down in the comment section the word learn as a word of commitment from yourself. And if you want to just start somewhere to learn, I highly recommend you check out yesterday's video on Bitcoin so that, one, you understand how the markets move and why the markets tend to reverse at a particular point in time in the week. After you're done with that, there's going to be an Ethereum video linked at the end of that video as well. After you're done with that, go watch that scalping video. That's going to be linked at the end of the Ethereum video, right? You see where I'm going with this. Take some time to learn. And trust me, it will pay off big time no matter what the markets decide to do. If it's going down, you as a trader, you're going to still make money. If it's going up, definitely going to make money because most of us here are investors as well. So for now, trade safe. May the gains be with you. Bye-bye.